Being a Kid. Ugh. Read by the author Tracy R.L. O'Flaherty. Chapter 8. Choose Love. The Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus, and reindeer. What is it all about? Why the stories? I guess to bring life to life, to have some fun, to experience something other than reality. Why do we do that? I suppose because at times it would be nice, very nice, if something was real, especially Santa Claus. When I was growing up, there was food on the table and a roof over our heads. Money was there, but not in abundance by any means. Feeding and clothing 4 children, along with the necessities of life, does come with a price. I often wondered what it would be like to be rich. We had neighbors that had the extra. A few families in the area were abundant in financial wealth, but for the most part, most people lived within their means, supporting, I guess, surviving. It was what we all knew to be. It was what our community knew. Not abundant, but not really lacking. Comfortable, I guess one would say. We had hand-me-down clothes. We had hand-knit mittens and worn-out shoes often enough. But we did have the knowing that people were not their money, that wearing old shoes can bring one to notice one's steps. A step without comfort, a step that one is aware of where they are walking. Worn-out shoes didn't happen often, but it did happen because it was okay. Back to Santa. I met a girl once in my teenage years that shared with me that her entire childhood was in what would be known as poverty, not the depths of, but most things lacking. She confessed to me in a very touching and heartfelt way that when she was a child, she didn't understand what she had done so very wrong to get only a small box of crayons and a coloring book from Santa. You see, she had gone to visit her neighbor, only to discover what Santa had brought to the neighbor's house. I couldn't imagine the depths of her childhood pain, not understanding why Santa would give so much to her friend and not to her. She told me that for years she was tormented by never understanding why she only received crayons. It was only when she knew the truth that her pain was set free. When she knew the truth that Santa was her struggling parents trying their best to give of what they had, and all the while this poor child struggled with what she had. A box of crayons, when to her the rest of the world received. Isn't that something? Even writing this, I can still feel her pain. I know hearts, and the pain was very real and very deep. We have to wonder why the truth was just not told. I suppose her parents were doing the best they could have, wanting her to know the beauty of Santa, wanting her to have a nice Christmas like the other children. And this girl truly, deeply suffered for years until the truth be known. How many times do we suffer until the truth be known? How many lies have we kept that creates a space of suffering? and hiding the truth is less painful than the truth itself. Santa Claus, I wish I could see the beauty and innocence that is shared, but truly, each Christmas, I wonder how many get to live with the knowing or the feeling that perhaps they just weren't deserving of a better gift from Santa. Isn't it difficult enough to live in poverty, but to be rejected by Santa himself would be crushing? Why do we lie? Why must there be lies? I guess to make the story better. I guess to keep the play on stage, to have an audience. Why am I writing about Santa when so many feel the magic and the grace of Santa? I guess because I saw the girl's pain. More than that, I felt the pain. Santa brought a small box of crayons and a coloring book. Shouldn't that be appreciated, that there was something for her to open? But it is in the knowing of comparison where it falls apart, where one just doesn't understand how someone can be given so much and others struggle with all. I find this all very fascinating and real. I find this honest and truthful. My wish every Christmas is that parents keep alive the play and the excitement and the innocence and wonderment in the name of truth. What if Santa brought a space of deep gratitude? What if Santa, instead of giving gifts under the tree in abundance, or not, brought to life gratitude for the innocence and the magic? For I am sure that magic can be felt with the pure sense of truth. I am not suggesting in any way that Santa be removed, but I am suggesting that we start to be honest with ourselves and with others. Don't ever lie, even though I do. Don't ever lie, even though the world does. Don't ever lie. And I guess what I am saying, what I am suggesting, is that the truth be truth. But what is truth? For miracles do happen. Santa does arrive to homes because of miracles. The tooth fairy comforts with money under a pillow. Isn't that fascinating? The tooth fairy gives comfort by placing money under a pillow. Why can't it be something else? Why not be something else? Being a kid, I remember so much as though it were yesterday. I remember the excitement of Santa and the thrill of waiting for his arrival. I remember when my dad would return home after many months away. And I suppose it was like Santa arriving. The excitement, the wait, the want to see my dad, just like Christmas morning to find presents under the tree. I guess we all have Santa within us. There are times when we show up and times when we leave. Have you ever pondered, truly and deeply pondered, why people do come in and out of our lives? Are they meant to arrive? Is there a much bigger picture? Is it all planned before we arrive to Mother Earth? Do we know of Santa before our arrival upon the earth? Do we know of abandonment and separation? Do we know of unity and oneness? What do we know before we arrive? What do we know? perhaps, just perhaps, this would be a good place to start.